All right, mic check. I think we got a signal. Hold up, mic check. Just a quick pre-stream and a heads up for those that matter. I would love so many of these entries to get to the actual people and for them to come on the stream or, some type of connection would be great. Now we know not all the time situations are what they give us, regardless of the narrative, but we do know, they've got to keep up with a specific type of, statistic, right? And rile up the people, regardless if, you know, what's going on behind the scenes of the narrative. But as I say, there are cases, and many a case where it's just easy to see through, man. There's a code playing out. We've gone over it, and truly is ad nauseum. I think I have to keep using it in literally every title or description from now on, to be fair. Ad nauseum. It's excruciating. But yeah, let me not forget, shout out to everybody. The ladies, the gents, the children. Shout out to the naysayers. Shout out to the trolls. Remember, when it concerning these Zombieland variants, you somewhat allow people like myself to come into realization of, what we are, who we are. When you're on a specific type of wave band. So yeah, it's all good. You definitely help to remind those that are, on a certain path of who they are, why they are, and what we're doing and why we're doing it. So, and the differences of people in the spectrum of everything, right? Spectrum of, thought and all that stuff, and then all the in betweens. But it's just a shame people are just so slow, or just can't be bothered, or just they don't connect, or they just don't do the due diligence. And it's a real shame. Funny as well, I was just watching some of Zach's stream. He did a 9-hour stream, but it's basically, pounding pavement. I just got up to the bit with his first, how would I say, opposing challenge from, a stander by or a walker by or somebody that was, drinking their coffee and got up and said, "Hey, man, you're disturbing my peace. And anyway, what do you know?" And blah, blah, blah. And it's just like, man, are you even paying attention to what's being conveyed from Zach and those around him? Even if you got off on whatever foot you started with, like how long does it take you to get to realization to be like, wow, do you know what? I think they're onto something. you know, it's not just some random numbers thrown together and whatnot. There's a structure to what's going on, be it organic or not, or a mix of, or you know what I'm saying, right? For those up to speed, anyway. But yeah, it's Monday. Monday, what is it, the 19th? We've got some things to cover. Of course, the pre-stream. We've got to go over this. Just looking at the latest picture for Victoria Lee. Had to release some momentarily Niagara Falls from the tear ducts. Because what the hell is going on? If you don't know the story, we are going to cover it later. Well, the next stream will be, dedicated for Victoria Lee / Sonya Massey. If you don't know what happened in America recently with Sonya, we'll bring you up to speed. But the latest one is Victoria Lee. And it is just, it's a real shame to have to cover this type of situation over and over again. Hey, it is what it is. I can only do so much. I'll get some downloads as well, and because they just released the camera footage Friday just gone. Again, when I show you what I show you, again, if you're up to speed, you know what already to do, right? Look up Victoria Lee, look when it happened, look when they released the footage, and write the appropriate stuff in the Gemontrinator, and you'll see. And you'll say, fucking hell. Yeah? You mean to tell me the police that have a duty to protect, and of course you can, come across situations where, okay, somebody might not be wrapped too tightly, whether it's, Sonya Massey, or, somebody that's registered bipolar like Victoria Lee. Are you saying that means I should keep my mouth shut because I'm registered bipolar? What are you saying? I'm not allowed to speak, it just means I'm crazy. Is that just the label given to me? And these times my whole polarization of my body has been fucked around with the you know what from the you know who's, and those that, happily join in that, like joining hands. Ring a roses type of thing. All those that come together knowingly, unknowingly. So knowingly and unknowingly that will come together like they do in Ring a Roses. And think about all the little things, or big things that I've explained to you or shown you, whether it's boiler, whether it's all these, so many narcissistic sociopaths out there, and why the world is that way when it comes to narcissistic sociopathic. And so then being empathic and not numb to what's going on, right? Meanwhile, the world is numb to the obvious shit. And then, as I say, you just got all these agents and sentinels that will just, come into your fold and switch on you like night and day. You know what I'm saying? Like, fuck it out. As we know, the last one now, we was watching him anyway here and there for the last year and a half. That motherfucker was just showing what he always was. Fucking piece of shit scumbag. But as I say, what are you saying? I dare not even have a bottle of water if the police knock my door, or I'm wherever and the police come, and what are you saying? I can't even have a bottle of water. Not a boiling pot of water. I can't have a jug of water. I can't have a bottle of water. Is this going to be the new trending thing happening for such and such a time? Oh, and while it's on my mind, quick segue. There was and it might be a follow-up update, because I remember at the time it was around January, February, and there was I think it was some farmers that got killed. Might be alive, but they definitely had the stabby situation going on. But just in the last, say, 24 hours, if I'm not mistaken, in Spain, there's a new one that took place. And I said, oh, I wonder if that's the same, off the back of that same story narrative that they had going on that I was tracking momentarily. And I didn't hear anything else of it. after those first 2 or 3 stabbings in Spain, and then I'm thinking, okay, is this one carrying on now? So as I say, I'll look at it when we go live or whatever. But as I say, going back to Sonya Massey to Victoria Lee, and Victoria Lee, I'm not sure what part of Oriental she is, Chinese or Korean or whatever, I'm not sure, so excuse me, or from Taiwan, I'm not sure, you have to excuse me on that. I'll try and, you know, find some extra finer details for that, but so again, Sonya Massey was black. For Sonya Massey, again, Sonya Massey, she was black. Both incidents to do with water. And my point is again, how is it the officer can't refrain or making a good judgment that, okay, that's only water, whether it's hot or cold, it's only water. Does that mean I should be drawing my weapon? Now, don't get me wrong, with Victoria, she was behind the door saying she had a knife, but when the door opened, she only had a jug of water. Again, we will watch the video, or as much of it we can, because we'll take it from the news. And of course, they're not going to show the fatal moment, but you know, you will see when the door opens. Part of the thumbnail I will use for the next transmission. Probably be around 2-ish. And as I say, overall, don't care who comes, doesn't come. You know what I'm about to say without saying it, right? First and foremost, as long as the universe knows my intent, what the fuck I'm on, what my true colors are, in thought, in action, in speech. As I say, I'm not trying to be in a self-echo chamber per se. But clearly that's what's up. That's why I didn't even be bothered to do the stream last night. As I say, I may even go over some of the, or should I just do it as a different stream? I'll see how I feel. I'm talking about Sasha Johnson, right? And there was another situation, I can't remember what it was now. Quite remember, but anyway, we'll definitely go over that. May try and reach out somehow to some of her friends or a best friend or something. But as I say, what's the point? Does anybody really, you know, come back and use brain cells? No disrespect to whoever, but if the shoe fits, the point is, done a lot of reaching out. And through all the reaching out, as I say, which is beyond ad nauseum, you know, nothing comes of anything. Nothing goes anywhere. Nobody, you know, truly comes with unity. Ain't that right, universe? I know, I hear you. I know, exactly. Exactly. Oh, really? Yeah, so true, yep. Yeah. I don't know if that's the same person that's been in and out of the live since, but if you came back and stopped now, if it is, and you came back and you stopped just as I was saying that, that is interesting. That's fucking funny to me. If it's the same person that's been in and out, might not be. Obviously, I don't know who's watching. You know what I mean? But fuck it hell. Oh, there's two in here. Don't know if it's regulars. Anywho, I was on another channel reached out to, and of course you see them doing some rounds, right? There was, doing the rounds. One about Talk We Mind. So Talk We Mind, Godcast. Channel I've mentioned before, channel I've reached out to before. You can probably might even be let you know. Let me see. Can you still see my same post that I put on the community wall? Let's just see. Is that still there? Hold up. It's not on that one. It might be on the one before. Yeah. 10 months ago. Game changing information. If you go on Talk We Mind Godcast. Somebody that likes to spit a lot of gun lyrics and yardie type lyrics on whatever type of genre. Again, I'm not knocking you fully for that. But I'm saying, what are you saying? Not in all this time. Not a reaction video. Again, the link is going back to the Croydon girl stabbing in the UK, yeah? Look how much stabbings I've covered showing the same fucking numbers. Not to mention concerning the riot stuff, forecasting, showing you what's going on, why it's going on. And as I say, because of the Stockholm syndrome with these type of people, no, I'm not like trying to knock. I'm just saying if the shoe fits, yeah. They will only talk about, oh, we need to do a unity and blah blah blah. And listen, you can walk up and down in unity until the cows come home. Until you upgrade your thinking and show them that you understand XYZ concerning this type of information, you're just going to be chasing your tail. It's not going to change anything that you would like to change. You know what I mean? It's only going to work in their favor for the hook, line, and sinker for them to lock down, national ID, all of that fucking stuff, right? So, as I say, you see them having a big talk on the mic. You see Killer P of Talk With Mind podcast on the mic. I mean, I haven't listened to it all, but it was just a quick listen and skim through. Just before I went live, I said, wow. And as I say, this is not me knocking this individual per se. I'm just saying if the shoe fits. And because of the thinking, or can't be bothered, oh, don't like the sound of him, or that's boring, or that's these times, these numbers dictate your flipping life. Whether you just want to look at it on the organic nature of it, or the nefarious activities of those that are playing God over you with this simple information and knowledge that they've been using for how many centuries? Boy. Don't really know what to say anymore, mate. I'm out of vocab, to be fair. I'm way out of vocab. Again, there's, connectivity is terrible. What can you do, right? Nobody wants to communicate. Nobody wants to share the information. Nobody even wants to reaction video the fucking information. Like, it's fucking something, man. Bring attention to this information. It's just ad nauseum now, mate. Ad nauseum, beyond belief. So, as I say, I may or may not come back on, but I'm more than likely going to come back on. Have a straight convo with the universe. And as I said before, I may even just start making videos private. Fuck it, innit? You know what I mean? Not enough care. Even when it's on their doorstep, shown to them in myriads of ways. Before even the decoders come along, do you know what I mean? It's just like, come on, man. They've been showing you this. Look at all the monkey stuff going on. Have you been on decoding with Kody? Hopefully it's just a test and they don't go too crazy. But as I say, it doesn't mean that they might not go crazy with the monkey stuff next year. But you know, nobody cares. They're quick to put on face masks and be in lockdown now. Oh my god, I gotta listen to it, I gotta do that. Or even if you are marching, if you haven't upgraded, you're wasting time in kilojoules. Just like me, even trying to make wakey wake up. You know what I mean? So that's why I might as well just talk straight to the universe. Fuck you lot, you lot are just fucking long. Shout out to those that matter each and every time, yeah? The rest of you, it's your demise. See ya, toodaloo, au revoir, auf Wiedersehen, Foxtrot Oscar, sayonara.